It is a pleasure to participate once again at the World Money Fair's prestigious technical forum, where Julian and I will present a highly innovative technology for coin and bullion production. We would like to thank ABC Bullion and the Italian company Coinatech for their invaluable support in its development. We will begin with an overview of the traditional minting process, then introduce sinter blanking, outlining its phases and the machinery involved. We will then compare the two processes, highlighting the key advantages of sintering, and conclude with some real-life examples of final products. As you know, the traditional minting process is largely manual and segmented, involving precise steps that have changed little over time. Continuous casting to produce a metal sheet, brushing, rough rolling to reduce its thickness, annealing to soften the metal, precision rolling, shearing, blanking, weight checking of the blanks, optional edging for round coins, surface finishing, and final minting to imprint to apply the design. So our innovative process abandons the traditional stages of mechanical plastic deformation. Instead of producing a metal sheet, molten metal is atomized into fine powder, thus enabling the direct sintering of blanks and redefining the entire production cycle. The new process consists of 6 main steps. First of all, metal atomization to create powder. Drying of metal powder, sieving of metal powder to select the proper particle size, and the following 3 steps are fully automated, requiring no operator intervention. So, sintering of blanks, optional edging for round coins, and final minting, fully automated and inline. The first stage of the new process is metal atomization. Molten metal is poured by a tilting furnace into a tundish that directs the flow towards high-pressure water jets. These water jets break molten metal into fine talcum-like powder, which serves as the basis for sintering. The second step is drying of metal powder, the simplest and most manual stage of the process. Indeed, metal powder is recovered from the atomizer and dried into traditional resistance furnaces. Once dried, it is sieved using circular vibrating sieves to select the most suitable particle size for the next step. Once sieved, metal powder moves towards fully automated operator-free steps. So metal powder is loaded into hoppers with ultra-precise dosing systems accurate to the milligram. It is then weighed, so metal powder is weighed to reach the exact amount of powder, for instance, 1 ounce of powder. Then it is transferred by a robot to a press. The press performs an initial mechanical compaction, and compacted pieces are then carefully loaded onto a bed furnace for sintering. Sinter blanking is carried out through T-powder dosing, high accuracy powder dosing system, anthropomorphic robot for powder container handling, T-press, and a bed furnace for annealing. A demonstration video illustrates the process of our double automated line for coin sintering. Here we have a top view of the equipment layout showing T-powder dosing, T-press, robotic cells, and the belt furnace. Some key steps of the process, so powder dosing into jars, the robot handling both full and empty containers, as well as pressed powder blanks, the dosing machine with its rotating circular platform, including 3 conveyor belts. Here we have the robot pouring metal powder into the press, and the press performing the initial mechanical compaction. Here we can see the gentle placement of compacted pieces onto the belt furnace for sintering. The robot can also palletize compacted pieces onto trays, allowing production with mechanical compaction only, so without sintering. And as you can see, it performs a cyclic cleaning of the press to avoid any powder losses or unwanted accumulation. Here we have some blanks on the belt furnace ready for annealing. When producing round coins instead of bars, the robot can also load the coin on a rimming machine to refine the lateral edges of the coins, and the process concludes in the Tera Mint automated minting station, where sintered blanks are coined to apply the final design. And this video provides an overview of the Tera Mint automated minting station, equipped with a feeder, a press, and a robot. Here we have a top view of the equipment layout. Basically, the robot loads sintered blanks into the minting press, and after coining, it loads finished coins into trays. It checks the weight of the coins to ensure they meet specifications. If coins do not meet weight standards, they are rejected. In this case, product quality is superior thanks to the improved impressionability of sintered powder compared to the traditional laminated metal. I now leave the floor to my colleague Julian, who will go on with the presentation.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Thomas, and for this opportunity in this even more special technical forum. So I go on, and here you can see the layout of a twin line for a sinter coin. It covers 48 square meters, and it has a production capacity of 6 pieces to 8 pieces per minute, rounded to about 2 million pieces per year, and is designed for a 24-hour, 7 days a week, fully automated work. The key points here are the redundancy of the machinery and the independent machinery in the line to ensure uptime and high productivity. If we want to frame the comparison between traditional and new process, we see in the traditional we start with a metal sheet, while in the new process we start with an atomized powder. In terms of workflow, this means that in the traditional we have a route of 11 steps, from thermal to mechanical to finishing, while in the new process we have 6 steps, thermal and mechanical. Workflow-wise, this translates into very important supervision by human operators in the traditional and handling in each step of the process, compared to a much lower supervision in the new process. Like Silvia said, once the powder has been produced, dried and sieved, we run the full line totally automatically. For instance, from powder to finished coin, we have like 10 minutes of production time. Another key point is the waste reduction from the traditional mechanical process to the new process using powder. As you can see in this slide, with traditional, we have up to above 60% scrap to remelt in the best case, while in the new process, what we leave apart are only the tails of the powder, so maximum 15% of the overall production. In numbers, this means that, of course, we have a more ESG compliant production, energy saving, but especially we have a great benefit in terms of input material. So if in the traditional, to get 100 kg of finished coins, we have to involve 300 kg of metal, in the new process, to get the same quantity of finished coins, we use 118 kgs of powder, which is dramatically lower. To summarize the advantages, we have, of course, a great benefit in terms of less resources involved, from energy to manual, and less scraps. Financial-wise, we have, physically, we have a much lower footprint, so lower space requirement, less human work involved, and less time to market. Finally, we can ensure a very high level of quality, and this is, of course, in development, so our clients are our test field to see where the quality can reach. At the moment, we are very satisfied with the bullion quality we have reached for coins and for bars. Of course, it is very important also to remind that thanks to the lower quantity of metal involved for the production, the stock and the finance of the companies running the sinter coin system will be much more lighter and more efficient. In terms of energy saving and Industry 4.0 parameters, our sinter coin is fully compliant. So, of course, ESG is fulfilled at its best, which is a trend in all industry, also in our field right now. Here you can see a couple samples of coins and bars made recently with the twin line you saw in the video. You can see we can a little bit play also with size and shape. For instance, on the left you see 1 kg silver coin, while we can also produce bars, 1 ounce, of course, coins, high relief coins with relatively small tonnage. I think I lost that, so I'll go on here. And so these are other samples. You can see the high relief and the quality also of the mirror finishing is comparable to the traditional, while I would like also to add that we have run some tests painting the coins and the bars with excellent results. Practically, we are ready to make a revolution in the minting production, and this is the first step into this change. Thank you for watching.